Good morning. So I just finished your grades, and what I wanted to do is to go over how your grades are computed. Okay, because I know some of you are confused. You'll see like an A or B in one class, and they might differ. Might differ from class to class. So I just wanted to be transparent and give you how I compute my grades. All right, but what I wanted to first go over with you is my goal for you is that you will leave my classroom with study habits that will allow you to be successful in any classroom. So either it be in a science class, math, language arts, or social studies, you are um, you are creating those habits that will allow you to be successful wherever you go. And especially because we're for middle school, we're preparing you for high school where all of your grades count. Okay, so the things that you're doing, the practicing that you're doing right now is preparing you for high school. That is the goal, to be successful there. And in order to do that, for right now, you have to at least try. Okay, so for example, um, athletes, if they're not practicing, and then how do you expect for them to like win a game and let alone win a championship if they don't at least try? And so when I was going over the grade book, I just noticed that there is so many missing assignments where kids are not even trying. So guess what, Miss Trent, your parents or guardian, right? We can't put try attempt being attempting at something in you. That has to come from within. You have to at least try. Okay. And then I can at least meet you halfway when you're trying. But if you don't try, I I can't grade anything on that. All right. So what I wanted to do is to show you what do A's, B's, C's, D's, and F look like in my classroom. Okay. So my grading is right here. So this is Miss Trent's grading policy. Okay. And then right here on the right hand side is what you'll be seeing in high school. Okay. So look at the A's on oops, let me go back. So if you look at the A's on the left hand side, uh an A is 90 to 100. That's exactly the same that you'll be expecting in high school. So if you're a student that's striving for an A, it takes effort. Okay? It takes making sure that you're writing down all your notes. It takes studying while you're at home. It takes paying attention in class. All right? Those are students who are going to get an A. Those of you who want to B, this is exactly the same thing. You might miss a few questions here or there. That's okay, right? But you're putting in that effort. Now, where I give a little bit more leeway, because I do want to, I guess, reward you on at least you're trying, right? Your effort is at C. So I do believe that if you know 60% of something, you're on your way to getting closer to knowing fully most of the information. So as you can see on the left hand side, my C's are 60 to 79%. However, when you go to high school, a C is 70 to 79%. Okay. A D in my class is 35 to 59. However, a D in high school is 60 to 69%. And then an F in my class is 0 to 34%, meaning there is really nothing there. For high school, it's a lot tougher, right? So an F is less than 60%. So I'm like, dang, if you know 50% of something, right? That's still failing, according to high school. So anyway, so these are what my A's and B's look like in my classroom, C's and D's and F's. So if you're confused as to why you might be receiving an A or a B in another class, but in my class you're receiving a C or a D, then what you really need to do is look at the percentages. Okay, and I think that will clear up a lot of confusion. All right, so oops. Let me see. Let me erase this. Okay, so as you can tell, when I went over the grades, There's just a lot of orange, lots of missing assignments. Go back to mouse. Yay. Oops. All right. So right here, this was the test. Oops. Oh no, what's going on? This right here, this was the test that you were supposed to take. Okay. There was a lot of students that were in class because they don't have the blue. This student was in class, but there was a lot of students that were in class, but they didn't take the test, and so as a result, you didn't take the final for Unit 2. That's why there's a bunch of D's. And so you can see also that some students, they're not even turning in, um, they're not even actually, they're not even attempting to do the work while in class. Remember, I don't give out homework. Everything that I give you is supposed to be done during class because you guys have way too much stuff to do. Families have way too many things to be doing. So we're not giving out homework. But my expectation is that when I do give you something, you have to do it in class. So when you're not completing things in class, this is why you're at the grade that you're at. Okay. Again, this particular class, I don't know what happened. We had a lot of absences, so that's another thing. Please make sure that you're in class so that you're not missing out on information. But there's a lot of people that did not. Sorry, guys. That a lot of people that did not take that final test, and I have to turn in grades today. Okay, so unfortunately, you will be able to take this test, but not for this grading period. So these are what your grades are going to be for this grading period. This class, as you can see, a lot more students down at the bottom took the test. Well, guess what? They have C's. That's fine. Okay, but then some students up here, there's a lot more, a lot of things missing. So it's not that you can't do it, right? That you don't have the intelligence to do it. It's the fact that you're just not trying. And that's why the grades are how they are right now. Again, a bunch of students that didn't take the final test, guess what? They have F's. And oops. And remember, my tests, you're able to use all of your notes, all of them. Okay. And actually, you saw this test before. We actually went over this test. I went over each question before with you. So I don't know what happened, but we got to make sure that we complete the test, and then also make sure we have our notes, okay, so that we can at least try to complete the test and be successful on it. Here's another class, just a bunch of like these group of students right here, just a lot of missing assignments. These zeros right here, some students just turn in the test without even trying to do it. They just turn in a blank test. Okay, but please don't do that. Please don't do that because then it ends up being your score. Okay. All right, so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, email me. I won't be giving that. I closed down that final 2 assessment. You'll be getting it next week when I return. So those of you who decided just not to do the test, please from here on out make different choices, and you got to at least try. Okay, because everyone can get either A, B's, or C's in my class, right? There's no one that should be able to get a D or F. But if you aren't trying, then unfortunately that's where we're at. Okay, so have a blessed week, and I'll see you back when I am feeling better. All right, bye bye.